So today I'm going to show you some examples of good and bad emails that I've received. And these are emails that I've collected from people who are not teaching on Thinkific. And some of the emails I've received have been very bad that I've actually unsubscribed from them. Some of the other emails have been really good that I keep opening them and reading them. So the first email just says, deals, 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 get your deals here, and in all caps. And so this is, it may excite some people in your email list just to see deals over there, just because maybe they're penny pinchers and they want to get something for cheap or free. But it's going to target and attract only those kind of people, right? So if you expect people to buy your premium courses at, priced at $1,000 or so, these are not the emails that you want to be sending to your list. Secondly, when I actually open the email, all I see is a list of links. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 links, just 16 links of deals, right? And it doesn't explain what those links are. They don't tell me. There's one here that says, make a low poly autumn scene in Blender and Unity in 30 minutes. And I don't understand what that means. That's just what I see in the email. So all it says is deals, 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 and it gives me a bunch of links. That's not a good email to send to your list. So the second example, and this is an example of a really good email, is from Daniel, who writes at Under 30 CEO, a blog about entrepreneurship. And so this is an email about 6 books that every entrepreneur should read. And I love books. And so I opened this email because it interests me and it's something that's directly related to what I do. And when I open the email, there are no sales pitches anywhere. He just talks about his love for books and what he's learned from these books. And then he names 6 books, like the email subject line says. He names 6 books and why I should read them. And that's it. And then just links to the books on Amazon where I can get them. So that's a really good example of high value email. This guy, he has products on his website, but he's not selling any of them to me. He's in fact sending me to other websites where I can go and learn more and add more value to my own life. Example 3 is another bad example of an email, but with an interesting subject line. And so the subject says, summer is halfway over. What will you do with the second half, right? And so this is intriguing because it's like, okay, yeah, summer is halfway over. What am I going to do with my life? It makes me think about what I'm doing. And it makes me think that this guy has the answers to that question. But when I open up the email, what I see is, again, just a list of links to his online courses. And some of them have nothing to do with summer being almost over. There's one called Cold Email Mastery. There's one called Small Business Lead Generation. It's just, again, it's an email that's misleading in the title. So it has a good subject line. It checks off one of the boxes to increase open rates. But what's going to happen now is that I see this email and I see it's just full of links and sales pitches, and I'm never going to open the next one. Think about that when you're creating your emails. Don't just go for interesting open rates and then spam them and do the old 1-2. Think about what your customers and your email subscribers will feel when they see what your email is really about and whether they'll open the next one. Example 4 is another good email, and this one has a really interesting subject line, and then it has a really interesting email inside. Subject line is, can you make money training cats to use the toilet? It's very funny, it's interesting, and it's intriguing. I really want to know if I can make money training cats to use the toilet. So I click on it, then the first line is, yes, you can. And so he actually goes about talking about training people, someone who actually did this. This really is a sales pitch for a product, but it's done in it's done in a nice, valuable way. It actually tells me a story, it's interesting, it's funny, and it makes me want to look at the product, if not buy it. If you are trying to introduce your email subscribers to your products, don't do it in the spammy way that I showed you earlier with just a bunch of links and a misleading subject line. Do it with an interesting subject line, but also an interesting story to go along with it. Number 5, again, a bad example, and this is one with an interesting subject line. It says, I'm going to lift the kimono, in all caps. I don't actually like the whole all caps thing. If it was done in regular caps, that would have been much better. But it makes me intrigued again because this guy is going to talk about his secrets, what he implies with the subject line. And again, when I go into that, he does start off well by telling a bit of a story, but then at the end of it, it's just really a pitch for his course. So he doesn't actually lift the kimono, he doesn't add any value. All he's doing is, if you buy my course, then I'll lift the kimono, is what he's saying. Again, this is a little bait and switch. It's sort of teasing you, but then not actually giving you what the subject line promises to give you. Here's a good example from Lewis Howes. Lewis Howes is actually using Thinkific, so he's the only example that uses us. His email marketing campaigns are all about just adding value, adding free content and training. So here his subject line is, why a profit path will transform your business. If you were a spammy marketer, this would then lead to selling people on a product. But what Lewis does is he doesn't sell at all. He has a really valuable email, and then there's a free video that you can watch at the end of it. So again, it's just all free content, and it promises to deliver on what the subject line says. So if you do want to get people back to your website and looking at some of your videos, make it free and make sure that, if you are promising them something in the subject line, that you're actually delivering it to them, if not in the email, in a video that you link to. Here's another example of a bad email. The subject line says, I've been getting lots of requests for these. Again, intriguing, makes me wonder what requests he's getting, why he's writing to me about it. So I actually open up the email, and then it's just him saying, oh, I get requested for this course, so here's the link. I get requested for that course, so here's the link. And it's all about me. This is what people are asking me, and this is why you should buy, because other people are asking me. Again, really bad example of an email. You do not want to send emails like this to your email list, because then it's just going to turn them away from you. And the final one, again, another good example of a high value email. This is by Taylor Pearson, who is an author. His subject line says, what are you afraid of? Again, very intriguing subject line, makes you think, makes you ask yourself the question that the subject line is asking you. And then you click in. It's a short thing. It's a pitch for his mini masterclass, but it's a free masterclass. So again, free value. There's not even an opt-in required. He just says, are you afraid of something? Are you avoiding putting something off? Here's a free training on how to get past those fears. Full value, no pitch, no sales. I don't have to pull my wallet out. There's no bait and switch. Straight up, what are you afraid of? I'm going to solve it for you, and that's it. There are numerous examples out there of good and bad emails. I hope I've given you some really interesting ones today that you can actually use and learn from. Put it together with the strategies I showed you in the last email, and start tweaking your email campaign so that you get higher and higher open rates. In the next video of the series, Tia is going to talk to you about how you can actually create emails inside Thinkific. So if you're looking for some resources and technical help with doing that, watch that video and you can see how you can make your emails more personal by using the variables that Thinkific gives you inside the dashboard.